Arkansas survived a scare against South Carolina in their first SEC tournament matchup. They now advance forward to play Ole Miss in the 8-9 game. No NCAA tournament implications other than seeding. Really, in this game, I think Arkansas is pretty set after the South Carolina win. Ole Miss has been set. These two teams have played one time. It was back on January 8th. Ole Miss won the game 73 to 66 at Arkansas. Do you expect something similar to happen this time around? How do you see this game playing out?
I think Arkansas is a better team than Ole Miss, but I feel I have a nasty taste in my mouth from the ending of that game today. So I have a hard time believing that Arkansas isn't going to go a stretch without scoring. I know Chris Beard going to score. I know that for a fact. Chris Beard's definitely going to score. So I don't know. My heart says Arkansas. My brain says Ole Miss at the moment.
Ole Miss has not had issues against teams like Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
with the exception of the road trip to Vandy. Like that stretch, if you look at who Ole Miss has lost to, it's been you got swept by Mississippi State rivalry game, also a good team, and then it's A&M, Missouri, Auburn, Florida. Like it's kind of clear Ole Miss is not on that tier, but they've handled their business for the most part against that second tier or third tier of the SEC. That those are the ones where Sean Padula can be your best or second best player, and you win the game. Or Dre Davis has stepped up, where Morrell has stepped up. Some of the other guys, Malik Diaz had some big games against that level of competition. I may expect that to continue, but I am curious to see how this unfolds. Given the last time we saw Ole Miss out there, they got mollywopped by Florida.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's talk about another team that left a bad taste in your mouth, right? I'm very curious how they're able to bounce back from that. But I'm also very curious how Arkansas is able to bounce back. And if you're Ole Miss, you got to watch them play that full game. Um, Cam Carter's just been at every school, by the way. We didn't mention that he went to Mississippi State. The LSU Mississippi State game just came on for all the viewers. He's just been everywhere. So good for Cam Carter. But like, what did you see if you're Ole Miss from Arkansas you could take advantage of? I'm not sure there is anything because Arkansas flat out dominated that game until they couldn't score. And I feel like in the stretch where they couldn't score, you're kind of just banking on a little luck. They have so many talented individuals, you would have to assume that they can't do that again.
Well, there's a little luck, but South Carolina kept Arkansas in the half court, kept them
Mm-hmm.
from getting out in transition, and Arkansas stopped moving the ball offensively. It was a lot of ISO ball, your turn, my turn. Um, they want to play fast. Arkansas does. When they have to play slow, that's when they get in those ruts. When they have to execute a half court offense because John Calipari does not have like a modern half court offense.
That's unnecessary.
I mean, it's true though. And Ole Miss has more talent in South Carolina, more size in South Carolina, more length on the perimeter than South Carolina. If Ole Miss can make this a half court game or more of a half court game on that end of the court, I think they have a great chance to win. But they have to like make some shots for that to happen. If that's not something that that the Rebels are consistent with.
That's very fair. That's fair. Sean Padula, where does he rank in terms of best players on the court to you? Because I haven't answered that. I don't think anybody's going to want to hear.
You think he's the best player on the court?
I do. And I think it's very like there's zero doubt in my mind.
If Sean Padula is best player on the court, I think that leads to an Ole Miss win.
I think
Like
Arkansas
if
is the
if
next
he
two.
outplays Nelly Davis, who FAU was John L. Arkansas is Nelly.
Shout out Cal, by the way. Uh, unequivocally a better name when you're being called Nelly. That's something you don't get at FAU.
It's true. It is true. Um, but like if Sean Padula is outplaying him, outplaying DJ Wagner, outplaying like even like Carter Knox, guys like that, Ole Miss has a great chance to win the
Yeah, I mean, John L. Davis hasn't exactly like been spectacular this season.
game. No, he hasn't. He got his bag and said he was good.
Yeah, and I think in the grand scheme of things, if you told me John L was better than Padula in this game, I would agree. On paper, are we going to get that version of John L? I have no idea. I have no idea. And I would lend towards we just get the version of John L we've seen at Arkansas throughout. I mean, today he was 4 of 13, 14 points. Sean Padula will do better than that.
Yeah. I feel it's weird to say that I feel confident in that, but I do feel confident in that. Ken Palm does as well. Ken Palm has Ole Miss winning that game 75-72. So 3 points in favor of the Rebels. You taking them? You think they win by more than that? Or should we be leaning towards Arkansas here?
Whoa. I'm taking Arkansas. I think I was very impressed with the Arkansas we saw at points in in their game today, where I mean, they were up 20 in the second half. Granted, it's South Carolina, but they were up 20, 47-30 at halftime too. It looked like a runaway. A stretch where they didn't score obviously sucks, but I think if you told me they won the game by four, I like the way they won it more than if it was just a 4 point game. I think they're good for a big run against Ole Miss too. Does that mean I think they win the game? I don't know, but I think they're good for a big enough run to where it's hard for Ole Miss to win this game by more than a couple points.
Ole Miss is really good out in quad two, outside of quad one. They're okay against quad one. They're not great. They've really struggled kind of late against quad one. This is a quad one game. Neutral court. Arkansas is right around number 40 in the net. They made vary based on how other results tonight go and all that kind of stuff. But right around 40. So I'm gonna go Arkansas as well. I think Arkansas is just more talented individually. I don't totally like trust Cal in a tournament setting, but I don't trust Chris Beard in quad one games either. So
That's,
it's like what are you picking here? So I'm gonna go with a more talented team. I'm gonna go with Arkansas
you really think Arkansas is more talented than them,
on paper,
even without Book?
even without Boog.
I think they have a better front court. I think Ole Miss beats them everywhere else.
We'll see. We'll find out. We'll have a full recap on the channel shortly after the game.
John Calipari is a better coach, though. Indiana, I'm looking at you.